Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Valentino Rossi The Game MotoGP 16, and in today's episode we've got the Moto2 finale. So you've got two races in today's episode. We've got Malaysia first up and then we've got Valencia after that. So we're going to get straight into it. Let's see if we can finish this season with a bang. So we're going to go straight into qualifying, hopefully get a good time and then get straight into the race. This is going to be good. Hopefully we can finish this season with a couple of wins. So here we go. Oh my god, we are really lagging in this qualifying session, and yes, almost 3 seconds behind. I totally forgot how difficult this Malaysia circuit is, and I was actually fooling myself if I thought today's episode with this Moto2 finale was going to be easy, and that Valencia circuit coming up after this one's not going to be easy either. So it looks like we're going to have to really up our game if we want to finish really strong and get some good results. But I said I'd like to get a couple of wins, but realistically we've got to look at least trying to get on the podium in each race. So the minimum of third, we want to finish with a bang. It feels better if you finish strong, plus you get more reputation points, obviously, because we want to open the best MotoGP team possible, which is going to be coming up at the end of this season, which I cannot wait for. That's going to be really challenging, but let's see if we can improve on the time. Oh yes, for the first time we've actually got a split time where we're actually running the fastest. God dear, now that hasn't happened around this circuit. Let's see if we can get to the third one with a decent time as well. But I find this corner here, this left-hand bend here, very challenging. I cannot seem to get round this corner as fast as the AI. That's where I seem to lose a lot of time, and the final corner of the race. If I can just master them corners, we might have a chance, but we'll just have to be really strong in today's episode and take our chances if we get any. But we've got to do better than 11th in this remaining 10 minutes though. Let's see if we can get to this third split point. We're coming to it now, and over the line, yes! Oh, but only just. Oh god, this corner is really tough as well. Trying not to lose it, and accelerate. Now we've just got to nail that last corner, and hopefully we can get a good time on the board. If we could actually get a pole position in today's race, qualifying around Malaysia, I'll be absolutely stoked, because this is not one of my favourite circuits. It's one I really struggle on, and we've gone really wide into that corner, but can we accelerate out of it? Well, that wasn't too bad. Now we've got to beat 205. I don't think we're going to beat it, and oh no, we were just off the pace, but we get 6th position. And do you know what, guys, I'm going to take that. So I don't think I can improve anymore, so let's get straight into the race and see what happens. So we forwarded on the time in qualifying, and yes, we managed to keep that 6th position. Now we're about half a second off Sam Lowe's time, so we're going to have to up our game in this race. Let's see if we can just at least, like I said, get on the podium. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to give it my best. We've got to improve in this circuit, because when we get onto the GP bikes, it's only going to get harder. So let's get straight into today's race, and hopefully the weather stays the same as well. So here we go.
Hello from Malaysia to all the race fans tuning in. In a few minutes, the riders will be taking their positions on the grid and getting ready for the start of the Moto2 race. The weather is fine and the temperature is perfect for racing. So we're just waiting to find out which riders have opted for hard tyres and which have gone for the soft. Warm-up lap done with, the bikes and riders are lined up and ready to race here at the Sepang circuit. The start of another Malaysian Grand Prix is just seconds away.
Right guys, so here we go with our first race of this Moto2 finale in Malaysia. Let's see if we can get a good start here and try and get on that podium. And it's all go. Let's see if we can get in a bit of slipstream going into that first right-hand corner, which is extremely tough. Hopefully we can just nip up the inside if we can carry the speed decent enough. We're not too bad in these corners. And slow it down, just try and take a nice line. Oh god, contact with my teammate there, but I just managed to get up the inside, and I managed to get up the inside of someone else, but I just threw me out into that next corner. But I think we might be able to hold it, and we're in the lead, so that wasn't a bad start. But oh good, Sam Lowe's and Zarko are trying to get up the inside, and Sam Lowe managed to slip past me, but I managed to generate a decent enough drive out that corner, and we're back in the lead. But this is not going to be easy. It's going to be to and fro go all the way through the race, because like I said, there's a lot of corners which I wasn't the quickest on, so we've got to be really careful. We've got to hold them back. Really didn't get a good drive out of that corner. It was bobbling around everywhere, and I did find that was a bit of an issue in qualifying, but we're just holding the lines here, just trying to avoid any riders trying to get up this inside. If you just hold those lines, you can really block them from coming up the inside, and that really does piss them off. But it's the way to go if it's on a circuit which you don't find that you have the pace and you want to hold the position. And we went slightly off there, but we just managed to turn it into that section. Right, this is the corner I was worried about in qualifying. We just don't seem to hold the pace, but let's try and take a tighter line to avoid the riders getting up the inside. Oh, that wasn't too bad, but they're right on my tail. Zarco's really trying to get past me here. Oh god, Free trying to get past me here, and Sam Lowes as well. Oh my god, oh, contact us again. I don't think I'm going to hold them off for much longer. We definitely are struggling. Right, let's see if we can get tighter into that section. No, but we are still in the lead, coming towards the end of this first lap, which is not a bad effort, if I must say so myself. We only got 6th in qualifying. Oh god, contact there, almost took me off. Bloody hell, that was close. I thought I was a goner, but managed just to hold on strong. And we're coming to the final corner of this first lap, but we still got 2 more laps to go around this Malaysia circuit, and this is going to be a really, really tough one. And I think it's not over by... Oh, there you go. Zarco got a nice line through there. And there you go. I'm back into P2. I didn't think this was going to be easy. And now let's see if we can get this slipstream. We've got to try and get into that corner ahead of him and try and hold this lead. But this is going better than I thought it would. And let's see if we can slow it down, slow it down. Oh, God, I think we're going really wide. Oh, God, we've mucked it up. And I think they're going to take an inside line. But can we fight back? Oh, God, going into their hot and make contact with Zarco. That was a bit of a risk, but we've managed to get us back into P2 at least. And we're still on the bike, and that's the main thing. Right, let's see if we can generate a decent pace through that section and try and close him down. Can we get up the inside of him here? Can we hold the line? I think we can slow it down. Can we turn it in? Oh, God, right onto the curb there. That could have come off there. But no, Zarco managed to get a good drive out the corner, and he's still holding the lead. But can we nip up the inside? Oh, God, contact again. There's a bit of a battle going on here at the front, but I didn't think it would be with Zarco, because it was Sam Lowes that had the fastest times in qualifying, but he's the one that seems to lag in the race. I don't know why that is, but he's definitely not up here yet. But okay, we've gone into there really hot, but we managed to turn it in a little bit better, and that's not bad. Right, let's see if we can nail this left-hander again and try and hold them off. They're going to come right up the inside here. They're so close, just can't pull away from any bike on this circuit at all. And I found that out in qualifying. When I was riding around with others, I just could not pull away. And Zarco's taking the lead again, but can we nip up the inside? Oh, God, it really is to and fro in this race today. And Zarco again, and I think that's another place that I've lost there. But I managed just to go right into the next corner and hold the position. Bloody hell, this is close. And again, Zarco's... Oh, God, this is a nightmare. I'm getting smacked all over the place, but we take enough tighter line into that section. God, how am I managing this and still stand on the bike? But no, 3 of them got past me in that corner. We definitely don't hold the speed in that corner at all, but we still can try and fight back into this left-hand corner. Going into the final lap, can we take a nice line through here, slow it down? Oh my God, contact again, but I managed just to hold on and accelerate, and we are back in the lead going into the final lap. But look at the speed of Zarco out that corner. He's definitely on it. He definitely wants to get a win. He lost the championship to me, and now he wants just to prove that he has got some decent pace and he can win a GP. And I think he's going to try and take it in this last lap, but I managed just to knock him out the way. That wasn't a bad corner. That's the best way to do it. If you just go side by side, not too hard, you can have contact with the rider and still stay on the bike, even on pro physics. You just got to just be careful on your brakes. I think if you go, I think the front brake's not too bad into those corners. It's the back one you've got to worry about. So you seem to slip out from the back more than you do at the front, and that's not a bad corner there. Still holding the lead here on the 3rd lap. Can we actually get a win in Malaysia for the first time on this game? Now, the last win I had on this circuit was a very long time ago. It's not one of my strongest circuits, but I do generally try and get on the podium if I can. Maybe not so much when it's raining, because that's when I find it just too difficult, because I do like to go right onto the curbs around the corners like that one, and when it's wet it's an absolute nightmare. And we've actually pulled away slightly, but we're going to lose that gap as we go into this corner, as we always did in qualifying, and we've tried to go in there a bit faster, but we just can't get the turn into that corner. but we're still in the lead and onto the curb there as we try to turn into that corner where it's really, really risky times now. We're coming into the last couple of corners and we've got to try and hold on, but no, Zarco's full back and he's trying to get past, but I'm trying to fight back into first again, and no, he's taking over me around the outside and he's trying to hold into first place, but can we just block him off into this corner? Oh my god, don't lose it there. And I just had a bit of contact, but no, he got a decent drive. I could not stop him there, and I think that is it. I think Zarco's going to take the win. I don't think I can get a better line through this corner, not when he's got that amount of distance in front, because he seems to get a good drive around this corner. Let's see if we can go up the inside of him. Oh god, couldn't stop the bike. Turn it in, turn it in. No, we couldn't. He really did not find that corner very easy, but can we hold on to second place? And that gets us on the podium. And do you know what, guys? I'm happy with that. We had 6th place in qualifying and we get 2nd in the race, and that's not a bad start in this finale. Let's get into the results. So we get into the results, guys, and yeah, we did actually do a faster lap than we did our qualifying time, and I was quite chuffed with that. We made a few mistakes, but it was a lot of battling in that race, a lot of contact. I was lucky to stay on a couple of occasions. Right, guys, we're going to jump straight into the next race because we've got Valencia next in this final race in this season. Right, guys, so we got Valencia. This is the finale, the final race of the season. This is the one before we step up a level. Oh, I cannot wait, guys. Can we finish this season with a win? It's not going to be easy, so let's get straight into qualifying, guys. So here we go. Right, so here we go with another lap, and we are really struggling on this session. We still haven't managed to put in a clean lap, and we have crashed off at in the final couple of corners. We seem to crash off at the same point every time. I don't know why, but we're going to go another lap. Oh god, slight contact as we're going into that first corner. I find that you always got another rider coming out that section. It's so hard to take a fast line. You normally have to run a lap first and then go another lap to make sure that there's no one there. And at the first split point, we still haven't got the fastest time. We are struggling to get anywhere near the times. Oh god, almost kicked off there onto the curb. Now this has got a lot of tough turns on it. You've got to be so good on the brakes around this circuit. And I think I haven't managed to get a win on this circuit yet on this game. Even in the Moto3 season race, I think I struggled on it. And I think we did a couple of wildcard races on this circuit as well. We struggled on it. So we definitely haven't mastered this circuit yet. But at least we've got good conditions. It's dry. I think this circuit in the wet would be just ridiculous. It's too many tough corners where you almost slide out in the dry, so if it was wet it would be even worse, but that's not a bad corner there. We've got to keep on improving. We've got to at least get a time on the board, and we're not far away at that third split point. Oh god, just went into there a little bit hot, but just managed to turn it in. If we can nail this second corner, hopefully we can get a decent time on the board. I'd say at least the top 10 time. We've still got 16 minutes, so we could always go again, and that's not a bad corner. Right, so let's just go to the finish line and hopefully get a good time. Is this going to be good? I don't think it's going to be that fast. Oh, 5th place. That's a good start. I think I'll go another lap though. So we got to the end of qualifying and we didn't manage to get a faster time than 5th. But 5th's not bad. We're on the 2nd row of the grid. Again, Sam Lowe's got the fastest time. But is he going to be the one that's going to prevent me from finishing this season with a win? Let's get straight into the race, guys. I'm really pumped for this finale. So let's get straight into it now.
Good afternoon from the Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia, where the final round of this year's Moto2 World Championship is about to get underway. The riders are going to have to put up with some inconsistent weather over the course of the day. At the moment, the surface is wet after some light rain, but we don't have any precise information about conditions later on.
You've got to be kidding me. I should have kept my mouth shut. Now we've got to race around this circuit in the wet. This is not going to be easy, but let's get straight into the race, guys.
Here at Valencia's Ricardo Tormo circuit, everything ready now, and in the riders' minds, there's room for one single thought: getting to the finish line first.
Right, guys, so here we go with the final race of the season in this Moto2 finale in Valencia and in the wet. This is not going to be easy, but I'm going to give it my best, and it's all go. Let's see if we can get a good line into that first corner, and we've got to be super like Rossi like the Doctor on the brakes in this race, because this is not going to be easy. Now slow it down into that first corner, take a good line, slow it down, turn it in, stay off that curb, and we did. We managed to get in the lead at the start of this Grand Prix, but I don't think we're going to be able to hold it. We've got to be careful on these brakes into these corners. Oh my god, we lost it there. Just made contact with Sam. We've lost a couple of places, but don't panic. And again, more contact there. You can just feel the back end slide a little bit as you just try and accelerate. These wet conditions are so tough. And just try and turn it into the corner, and it seems like the rain's getting harder as well. Oh my god, this could turn into an absolute nightmare, but let's see if we can fight back into the next corner and see if we can regain that third place. Oh god, contact with Sam again, and I think we might be able just to get past him. This is not going to be easy into these slow corners. We've got to try and take a good line through here, slow it down, don't overdo it. We don't want to make any more contact. We want to finish this finale without crashing out in our final race. We've had a good season so far, and that's not a bad line through there. Just had to slam the brakes on slightly, so we didn't make contact, and we've managed just to nip up the inside, but we're not going to be able to turn it in because we can't accelerate through that corner very quick. But we're always good in this right-hander coming up. Can we take an advantage of that? And we went through there. Can we turn it in? Oh god, not so easy in the wet, and we almost lost it there. Oh my god, we almost crashed there. That could have been race over, and we're coming towards the end of this first lap. Oh god, so he's made a mistake there, went off course, but he's managed to correct it, and we've come to the end of this lap, and we're sitting in P3, which is not bad. But I'm finding these conditions are very tough. I didn't think I was going to be able to run away with this race, especially in the wet. But if it was dry, I think I had more of a chance. But we managed to get into that next corner. That's not too bad. But the conditions are getting really hairy now, really dangerous. And the rain is sitting on in some of the difficult sections of the race circuit, where you want to try and go through really quickly, and it's making it really difficult to try and hold those decent speeds. But let's see if we can take advantage in that corner. Oh god, slight contact there. Just managed to take advantage of that rider just taking the wider line there. But can I catch the rider in front of me here, get into this next couple of corners? Can I just try and get a tighter line? But Zarco seems to be absolutely flying in these wet conditions. Now, some circuits in this season, the AI haven't been very quick in the wet, but they're having decent pace in this race. I don't think anyone's getting left behind. Right, let's try and get a tight line into that corner, and really trying to hold the speed and just slowly open that throttle. Can we take advantage through this section? Oh god, almost went straight into the back of him, and there's slight contact, but I pushed him out slightly wider, so I can take an inside line there. Can I just try and generate a decent pace and take the lead of this Grand Prix? Coming towards the end of the second lap, this is awesome, but can I hold it for one more lap? This would be awesome. I want to finish this championship and this finale with a win if I can. And in these crazy conditions, I thought I would struggle in the wet, but at this moment in time, I'm not doing too bad. Can I be a rain master for the second time in this season? And that's not a bad line. And we've managed to just get away slightly, but they're going to get in our slipstream going into that final lap. So there's going to be a few more occasions where there's going to be a bit of overtaking. It's probably going to try and Rins is going to try and go on the outside, and Zarco's going to go up the inside. But I just managed to hold the speed there and got a perfect speed through there. But we've gone off circuit slightly, but we've managed just to regain our speed into the next couple of corners. I better contact as they try and push me into that corner, and I've just managed to hold on to it. Oh no, Zarco's retaking the lead, but can I fight back into this next corner? Oh god, we just managed to slip past in there and managed to get a good line into that next corner, but that has thrown us out slightly wider, and we've had to slow down, but we are still holding the lead. They're finding these conditions just as tough as me, which is helping us, but he's going to try and go around the outside here to try and get into that inside line. I need to close him down, but I didn't. Oh yes, we did. We managed to turn it in. I thought I was going to struggle to turn it in there, but we managed to do a really good job. Now we're coming towards the final sections of this race. Can we finish strong here and take a win? I know he's going to probably take another opportunity to go past. He's trying to go around the outside, and I'm onto the curb. Oh my god, how the hell did I stay on the bike there, right onto the curb there? Just managed just to back off the power and just held it there, so I didn't slip and just slide out, and we've managed just to hold the lead. But we're coming into the final corners, and we're still leading this GP in Valencia. Can we finish and become the champion and the winner in this last GP race? And that's a nice line through there. Just flip it over, stay off the curb, and we've only got one more left-hand corner. Are we going to do this? This is going to be difficult. I can see there's a couple of signs. They're going to try and come around the outside into this final corner, but if we take the inside line, we might be able to get a decent drive, and we did. We managed to get a decent drive into that final corner, and I don't think they're going to catch. Zarco's going to try and get into my slipstream, but I think it's too late, and we win in this finale, in the last race of the season, in the wet. Oh my God, that was awesome. Let's get into the results. Well guys, and we got the fastest lap. We were almost over a second quicker than anyone in the wet, and that was an awesome race. Very difficult, had to be so good on the brakes, but we finished on a high with a bang, like I said at the beginning of the episode, and we won it by 58 points. Right guys, now it's time to choose what we do next in this series. Right guys, now we get the opportunity to move up to the GP circuit. And I'm going to leave it to you guys to choose what team we take on in this new season on the fastest bikes on the game. Now, we know that the first couple of races, like in Qatar and in Argentina, are going to be very, very challenging. So maybe choosing one of these teams might be best to start off on. I don't know. I'm going to leave it down to you. But we have got a lot of options. Thank you so much for supporting this series. From the start and up to now, I really appreciate all the comments and all the tips and all the voting. You've all been brilliant, but we still got one more trophy to get, and that's the GP trophy. So thank you so much guys, and I will see you soon. Bye bye guys.